You're thinking correct. It's rational and irrational numbers. So let's talk about rational numbers. So what are those? So let's write its definition. So it's any number that can be expressed in the form p by q, where p and q are both integers and q is not equals to 0, because you know why it is, because if p by q, if in this ratio, if q, or in this fraction q becomes 0, this term would be undefined. So any number which can be expressed in the form of p by q, and p and q are both integers and q is not equal to 0, it is called a rational number. So it's known that every integer, positive or negative or 0, can be written in the form of p by q, where q is equals to 1. For example, if we take 5, we can write 5 equals 5 by 1. So it satisfies the thing that 5 by p by q, so it's 5 by 1, which gives us ultimately 5. Yeah. So we know that the rational numbers do not have a unique representation in the form p by q. So they do not have the unique representation in the form of p by q, where p and q are both integers and q is not equal to 0, as said by me earlier. So 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4, which is equal to 3 by 6, which is equal to 7 by 14, and at last which is equal to 3 by 106, and etc. So in fact, this equivalent rational numbers, however, if these are the equivalent rational numbers, however, if we write a rational number in the form p by q, write in the form of p by q, where p and q are both integers and q is not equal to 0, and p and q have no common factors except 1, then among the infinitely many rational numbers equivalent to half, or we choose 1 by 2 to represent all of them on the number line. Thus a rational number can be uniquely expressed as p by q, where p and q are both integers and q is not equal to 0, and p and q have no common factors except 1, that is p and q are co-prime. It is called the lowest terms or the simplest forms. Okay, so yeah, now let's talk about another thing, that is the properties of the rational numbers. Yeah, so let's talk about the properties of the rational number. So first of the properties is first property is if a and b are two rational numbers, yeah, then a plus b is also a rational number. Okay, is represented by q, is also a rational number. For example, 1 by 3 and 2 by 7 are rational numbers. So therefore a plus b, that is 1 by 3 plus 2 by 7, is equal to 7 plus 6 by 21, I suppose. Yeah, it's 21, by equals 13 by 21, which is a rational number. So this is the first thing, that if a and b are two rational numbers, then a plus b is also a rational number. And the second one is that if a and b are any two rational numbers, first it is the same as that if we have two rational numbers a and b and we subtract them, we also get a rational number. So if a and b are rational numbers, we subtract them, we get a rational number. So and the third property is if a and b are any two rational numbers, then a into b gives also a rational number. Yeah, everywhere rational number. And the fourth property is if a or b is not equal to 0, are any two rational numbers, then a by b is also a rational number. Thus, the system of rational numbers is closed under all the four fundamental operations of arithmetic, except division by 0. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. This all of the four collection of rational numbers is closed under all the four are fundamental operations of arithmetic. This is the fourth. And the fifth property is right over here. If you want to take the notes, take it. The collection of rational numbers ordered a and b. If any are two rational numbers, then either a is greater than b. If we have a or b, then either a is greater than b, or b or b is greater than a, or A is equal to B. So and the last of the all is sixth property. If A and B are any two different rational numbers, therefore A plus B by whole divided by 2 is equal to a rational number, and it lies between, that is A is greater than B, and A is greater than B, and then A is less than A plus B by whole divided by 2, and is less than B. Continuing this process, we have that there are infinitely many rational numbers between two different rational numbers. For example, 1 by 3 plus 2 by 7 whole divided by 2 is equal to 13 by 42, which is a rational number. So yeah, till here is some properties, the six properties of rational numbers, and something about that. This is part 1 of this chapter, and it's cleared. So it should be a small video so that it goes better to your mind. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and see the part 2 where I will teach the irrational numbers.